Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Corey Rigneris. I hope this video message finds you well. I'm currently a veterinarian employed with Royal Canin in the veterinary industry based in New Zealand. However, my journey was a far start from that, and originally, as you might be able to tell from a bit of a muddled accent at this stage, I'm originally from the States, from Florida. My undergraduate degree started at the University of Florida before transferring over to Massey in 2009 to attempt to get into the vet school, and the only vet school here in New Zealand. I wasn't actually successful in achieving entry into the vet program at the first attempt. However, I did fall in love with the country that I now live in and call home. I decided that I would stay around, and I got a few other jobs, one of which was working in the dairy cattle industry as the genetic development coordinator. From there, I decided veterinary medicine was still kind of where I really wanted to be, so I decided to get closer to the profession by getting involved with a veterinary consumables company to introduce me to what's called vet industry. After working for them for about 2 years, I decided I really still wanted to go through with my veterinary degree and managed to apply and get in. On graduation, however, I wasn't your typical graduate. I did go into a mixed animal practice locum for the first 2 months when starting. That was just kind of a stopgap, as my actual intentions was to work for the New Zealand government. The New Zealand government here, called Ministry for Primary Industries, hires a range of veterinarians called verification vets. We work at the local abattoirs and the meat processing plants in order to be a third-party independent evaluator and auditor of overseas market export for meat and dairy and other animal products. My role was primarily to audit that there was all of the criteria for export were met, as well as food safety was adhered to, and most importantly, animal welfare as well. During my time there, I was actually presented with an opportunity to engage in what was not really a good outcome for the country, but a new disease was discovered called Mycoplasma bovis in our dairy cattle in New Zealand. I actually managed, after about 6 months working with MPI, to get involved with a 6-month secondment into the eradication response and worked as the North Island technical vet manager. From there, I decided clinical practice might actually still be the best fit for me, so I decided to take the leap back into clinical practice and started working as a small animal veterinarian in the South Waikato at a place called Cambridge Vets. From there, I had an opportunity to kind of really sink my teeth back in and just go through a bit more self-evaluation and realize that full-time clinical practice I don't think was the right fit for me. I'm a very emotive individual, and I do take everything home with me, and it's quite personal and can be very taxing. An opportunity was then presented to jump into Royal Canin. Royal Canin is a pet food company, and I'm now what they call the Scientific Services Veterinarian. I have 2 key branches to my role. One is Scientific Affairs, and the other is Scientific Communications. The Scientific Communications is dealing with all the technical aspects of the role, helping to find diet recommendations for either patients under veterinary care or also for consumers out in practice. In addition to that, I have the Scientific Affairs role, and part of that is to help build and maintain and protect the Royal Company brand name out in the veterinary market. So I get the great opportunity of being able to network, deal with key opinion leaders and specialists all throughout the country, both here in New Zealand and in Australia, and get to partake in several different conferences and deal with external education as well. So as you can see, I would say the biggest thing for me is don't ever put a pin on what exactly it is that you think you're going to end up doing. Because if I'm any testament to that, I can tell you, you end up in places you never thought you might be. I hope that you guys enjoy the Global Veterinary Careers Summit, and do feel free to reach out if you need any further details. You can find the information on my bio speaker information on the website. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.